Hey guys, I am Chris Kaler.
And I'm Amber from Kyuujin, and today we are finally back with you guys with Band of Brothers.
Yes.
Episode 8.
It has been a while.
84 years to be exact.
Almost. We're very sorry about that. We got really busy, but we're not giving up on this show. This show has been amazing, and last episode was heartbreaking. It got really difficult for them and for us. So we want to see, if our guys can make it home, and we want to see the end of this. So for sure, we're coming back, and now we're watching this one with you. Last episode was breaking point, and we saw a lot of people die, and those that were left had to suffer the emotional consequences of losing their friends. They were taking the town of Foy, and Lipton was the one narrating the episode.
We saw what bad leadership can do and what good leadership can do also.
Yes, because Dyke could not do his job. He basically froze while they were fighting, so Winters had to send in Spears, and Spears did the most epic run of his freaking life, you guys.
And he went back.
And yes,
he went back.
I have a newfound respect for this man, and we know the actor too. Is the guy, the dad in Gossip Girl. I did not recognize him.
It's Rufus Humphrey from Gossip Girl.
It is. I never imagined that.
I did not recognize him at all. He's too young in that TV show.
But Spears, the man, truly amazing man, and a lot of respect for him. So now he's in charge. So hopefully things are gonna, be better. They were supposed to have a break, but as it happens in this show, it's not gonna happen. Nope. And they're moving on to another town. So we're actually closer to the end of the war than they think. So I'm excited to see what happens next, but I'm a bit afraid that we're gonna lose more people.
Gonna be more heartbreaking?
Yes. So let's jump in this episode and see what happens next. Don't forget to subscribe if you want to see more of these, and check out our Patreon for the full-length reactions.
Alright guys, let's go.
Emotionally, last episode was really, really difficult. I really try not to cry, and I kind of hope I get a break this episode.
You won't get a break.
I had an 8-month break, but
you got enough.
Story-wise,
We had lost some very good men there. It was a difficult situation there.
I don't know the exact amount of men that got killed in that, but 6, 7 of them were real close friends of mine.
You have a feeling you're going to live through the war. You have a feeling it's starting to ease off. It's just a gut feeling, but everybody had that feeling. I believe I might be able to live through it. So walk carefully. Take care of yourself.
hope.
Yeah, but in those situations when you got that gut feeling that it's getting easier,
or we're getting close to the end, maybe
you might become careless a bit, right?
I don't know about careless, but when your hope is high, it would be the worst time to just
fall down. Yeah.
We had been through hell on earth and were now pulling into the comparative paradise of Haguenau. I had missed Bastogne. All I knew was what I had read and heard around the replacement depot, that we had broken the back of the enemy and the war would soon be over.
Thanks for the lift.
They feel like it's about to end, which, I mean, yes, but it's not over until the last day.
Hey guys. What do you want, Private? My name's David Webster. I just got back from the hospital. Good for you.
He's too happy to hang out with them
For the mood, yeah.
considering what they've been through.
And this can't be everybody. What about, Hubler? Where's he?
Dead.
Yeah.
Second platoon lost more guys than we did. They're really short-handed.
Report to second, Webster. They'll find a place for you.
Like, all he knows is the tales of victory.
When you've been away from the battlefield for a long time,
He can't share the same experience, and he doesn't know the details. He reads their heroes, and they did great, and the war's almost over, he's excited.
Some lieutenant told me to report to second.
Yeah. They're also grim.
yeah, after what they went through, his attitude is a bit too
Happy.
too cheapy for them.
He does seem nice, but it's gonna take a minute for him to just fit in.
You come from the hospital?
Yeah.
Must have liked that hospital. We left Holland 4 months ago.
Well, I wasn't there the whole time.
They feel like he had it
Bust down,
easy.
help us in Bastogne, right?
I don't know how I would have done that.
It was funny because Popeye found a way. So did Allie, right? Back at home. And Garnier and...
Yeah, where is Garnier? You still your platoon sergeant?
No.
Let's go.
We don't go there.
Blew his whole leg off.
I wouldn't be asking a question I just shut up and just move along with them until I know the details.
He wants us to cross the river.
Should be able to get you some boats.
Had to be a full moon. It's gonna leave the patrol exposed. Is this the
Hey.
company CP for Easy?
That's Dominics' son.
Do you remember his name?
Lieutenant Jones looking for Captain Spears.
No, you don't.
Why don't you sit down?
Listen up. Regiment wants patrol for prisoners. There's a 3-story building on the enemy side, up the embankment. We know it's occupied. You can have 15 men. Think very hard about who you want to lead the patrol. We'll need a lead scout or translator. I've got the entire battalion on covering fire.
When?
Tonight, 0100.
Yes, sir.
No, he looks like Rufus with the
I
hair.
don't understand how we never saw it.
Short hair. That's why.
Captain, request permission to go on the patrol.
No. You don't have an experience.
That's how you gain experience, but at this point you risk it.
Yeah, but when it's not difficult but delicate mission.
This is Lieutenant Jones, just assigned to 2nd Platoon.
Congratulations on the battlefield commission.
What?
They're making you an officer, no?
You must be thinking of First Sergeant Lipton.
So you're without a platoon leader.
No, not anymore, Lieutenant.
Right.
He just got there, he's got no experience, and then just...
So you want to introduce me to the men?
Some are sleeping downstairs, the rest are right here.
Do your work, man. Go to them, ask them questions. Don't...
Is it me or does he have a little bit of an attitude?
Well, he's trying to... He's a kid. He's trying to play his part and just... Look like he's good for the part too.
What do you know about this patrol thing? This is a prison snatch, right?
Hey, Chuck, listen to this. Captain Spears is to pick 15 men.
Give us the names, Webb.
Who?
There are 3 men here in this room that they think should be on the patrol. If I tell you, you can't let on that you know.
Your secret safe, Webb.
Efron,
Shit.
McClung, and you.
I'll tell them. I just need
Listen up! Got some bad news. There is a patrol set for tonight. So far, Spears wants McClung.
Yeah, we've just fucking heard. Webster here told us.
There is no loyalty. He's been away too long. And he's trying to please everyone, so he doesn't really know where to stand.
Yeah.
Well, let's move! Clear it up!
After everything, they're just happy to have a roof over their head. Like, for a lot of people, it's like the last push, right? Like, it's still horrible, but let's go. And for them, it's just a respite. Like, we're alive, we're here. They do not understand.
Showers, let's go. Come on.
Like, I kind of wanted to say at least Webster knows them, but at this point, it's not true. He doesn't know them anymore.
It's been too long.
He's the same as Thomas' son. Yeah.
Jones?
Yeah.
I was on my way back.
In war, soldiers sometimes die in the fever pitch of a firefighter by artillery when they're huddled in a foxhole. Bill Keane was killed because he was carrying a sack of potatoes from one building into another, in the wrong place at the wrong time.
Christensen. Jackson.
That's why we're saying it's not over until the last day. You never know what can happen.
Did you know him well?
Not really.
And like what it would do to people who have been with this guy all this time. They've been through hell together compared to those who, you know, they only know them by name. They barely have been, you know, together.
Yeah.
The experience is completely different. But that's also why they can't truly be a part of the group at this point.
All right, I'm leading this patrol.
Is there anyone you don't want from second? Jesus Christ.
That list sounds like everybody to me.
Always them, man.
Always.
Can't believe they're gonna make Malarkey lead it.
Christ, he only lost his 5 best friends. What the fuck's he got to live for? Has it been a long time since your last shower, Professor?
Just visually, though, even their clothes, how pristine looking theirs is versus,
The others, yeah.
like the comment about the shower, how it's been forever for them when he's just got up, you know, out of the hospital. For him, it's probably very recent. Like, you don't want to resent these guys, but I can't see how you wouldn't, in a way. Like, it's not their fault, but still.
You still want to get your ODs dirty? Of course. I was just thinking. Sergeant Malarkey's really no condition to be on this patrol. And maybe if you offered, you could go in his place.
I don't think it's a good idea.
They want someone with experience. The guys may picked up plenty of that.
Why do I got the feeling that something bad's gonna happen?
Because it probably will.
Captain Winters, About the patrol, I feel that I should go on the patrol, sir. I know I could use the experience.
Denied. You're not gonna lead that patrol, Lieutenant Jones.
This is the right call. I agree that he needs experience, and that's how you get it.
Yeah, but not to lead the patrol when he doesn't have it.
It looks like Sergeant Malarkey could use a break, sir. I've discussed it with him, and he said that he did not mind if
You don't sell the guy out like this.
That was nice of him.
He's got a point about Sergeant Malarkey. Fine, you can go. Yes, sir.
There's a quote I read like this week about how those that are eager to join fights and stuff, they've never been in one. You know, when you've got the experience, that's when you regret joining.
As you can see, we've assembled 15 of you here for this prisoner snatch tonight. Lieutenant Jones here is the ranking officer, and he'll be along as an observer.
Okay.
Sergeant Martin here will lead the patrol in Sergeant Malarkey's place. The whole battalion will be covering your withdrawal. Remember, it's about prisoners. Don't pop the first thing that moves.
He just said that, and we have like green guys who are going in there for their first experience.
Who wants to prove themselves.
Picture assault team.
McClung, Sisk, Cobb, Garcia, and Webster. This translator. You speak German, right, Webster?
A little bit.
Good. Good luck.
Thank you, sir.
I feel like the last one picked.
At least Jones not gonna be the one in charge. Just
He's
that
still
you
gonna be
observe.
there.
Jones is as good as mine.
It's not a concern of mine. Hey, Jackson. Webster. It's nice to get out of everything.
Whatever.
I feel bad for him.
I do feel bad for him too.
Like, I understand what they've been through, and they are a tight unit at this point. He doesn't necessarily deserve the attitude, but...
Liebgott and I, we both speak German. You said 15 men. There's 16 of us, including 2 translators.
Fine. Hey, Liebgott, you wanna sit this one out?
Yes, sir.
Martin, you want to supervise?
Buddy?
It's kind of like peer pressure is forcing him to do these things. Like, it's all about pleasing the guys. Which, to be fair,
But
I get it.
You're coming in in a team where all of them seems to be displeased that you're there,
But,
and
well,
a bit angry that you're there.
They feel like he gave, kind of like he gave up on them, right? Because he didn't hurry to come back. Like, he had a good time in the hospital, as far as they know. When, like, we've seen other guys still limping and coming back. I know it's cinema, but we can see everything. You're supposed to be, like, hidden.
Winter just says it's gonna be a full moon tonight, so no darkness cover.
And you know, if one of them makes one mistake, it could cause, like, the death of all these guys. Something like that. And then we've lost part of the team, so I'm guessing he'll have to go in. Can he truly, like, stay back if they're missing men?
Take care of him. Ramirez what's best.
Why did he have to run in there? Ah, Krieger.
Keep those men quiet! Come on, where are you going? You move! Everybody moves out of my command! Let's go! Move! Move! I want you to fall back now! Let's go!
I'll give him that, like, because of his attitude and stuff, he is sending the others to safety while he stays behind and tries and help. He's trying to do his part.
Wanna blow the goddamn whistle?
They are literally in the middle.
Holy shit. Come on, get in the fucking boat.
I am trying to know to see, like, do we have everyone?
Hey, shit.
Like, there are only so many boats. Mainly, like, Webster and Jones. Like, have we seen the both of them? In the dark, they kind of look the same.
Webster is there.
Sir, I'm going to get a medic. Got this? Come on.
Step up, man. You wanted this? It's time to prove yourself. He made it across. I was a bit afraid.
Jackson, don't listen to him. Don't listen to him.
Shit.
Fine, everything's gonna be okay.
It's chaos, man. Fucking hell.
Don't shoot the prisoner, please.
All right, Jackson, you gotta stop. Okay, Jackson, take it easy.
I'll say it, but Kyuujin is my freaking favorite character.
Let's get him out of
Take it easy, huh? It's okay.
I need you to hang on.
Oh, shit.
Jackson!
Eugene Jackson was 20 years old. He was just one more casualty in a war that was supposed to be all but over.
Not over until the last day. Shock of reality for him, though, when he came in all smiles and happy to be there, and now...
Yeah. I want to say that one casualty is not bad, but one that is still
The mission is a
two
success.
more.
Yeah. The mission is a success, but what does that mean? When you lose one person, it's already too much. And the worst is that for them, it's one more.
Jackson's dead.
Yeah, well, they want another patrol tonight.
Do you still want to go? Are you starting to understand why none of them are eager? And even if I say that, they all know they have to do the job.
Mm-hmm. But it's still depressing when you lose friends, comrades for a few results.
So he knows we lost a man?
Yeah, he knows. He also knows he picked up 2 prisoners who talked. Sink's been on the phone all day bragging it up, but I think he's just showing off now. He gave him a successful patrol, now he wants 2.
Yeah, for them it's a success.
But it's a success. We don't have any information to
Technically-
cross that river. We lost a man. When he got 2 prisoners.
I know, but technically it's still a success. They came back with prisoners.
I wish you good luck tonight, because I'd be expecting more of the same. Have you briefed the men?
Just on our way, sir.
And what's worse is, like, he's saying that to them. None of them crossed them. Like, fine job on what you did. It's not them. They're sending men over there to potentially
Something
die.
from now, sir?
No, I'll do it.
Winter is also one of my favorites.
Yeah.
Because he's a true leader in my eyes.
He wishes he could be there with them.
Yeah, doing the hard job, not showing the example, but if you said you're a man out there, you should be out there with them, right?
Or at least understand what you're sending them into. And they'll know he doesn't just say it because he has to. Like, he truly understands.
I want you all to get a full night's sleep tonight. Which means in the morning, you will report to me that you made it across the river into German lines.
Is he gonna go there alone?
We're unable to secure any live prisoners.
Nope, he's
Oh,
not.
okay.
He's gonna lie.
Okay.
Say they did when they didn't. You're this close to being discharged. You don't want to lose and die at the end. You want to give them that.
Lieutenant Jones, regiment has seen fit to promote you to first lieutenant. Want you on staff up there.
Go far with that.
I think it'll be best for him.
Yeah.
Not here with the veterans.
Many of us in Easy Company felt that a corner had been turned, and we all might make it home alive.
Don't give me hope.
Don't give us up to just crush it right after.
There are 2 episodes left.
Colonel Sink's a bit unhappy with the appearance of your uniform. He says it's not befitting to your rank.
Did he get promoted or something? Oh.
Congratulations, Major.
Wow, okay.
Honestly, he deserves it.
He deserves everything.
Right after he just lied to him and he was like, yeah, we did the mission. But to me, he deserves it. He might think it's,
Undeserving?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yay. Thank you.
It was gonna take some time, but eventually, you're one of them.
How could anyone ever know of the price paid by soldiers in terror, agony, and bloodshed if they'd never been to places like Normandy, Bastogne, or Haguenau?
We're reaching the end, man.
Reaching the end.
This show is not easy.
We are reaching the end because we are reaching Germany, but like you said, it is not over until it is over.
We'll never understand what it was to be there. I think I said it way early in the show. It's books, retellings, shows like this that manage to give us a very small window into the reality of it, but there is no understanding what it felt like. I love episodes like this where we can kind of see ourselves in the new guys, those that barely had experience, and they joined veterans. And I call them veterans at this point because they've been through so much. Like, it's just in the end,
they've been there since the beginning, basically.
Yeah, and like you see all the places that they've been to, they went through a lot of trauma, they lost a lot of men, they saw a lot of fights. They are veterans, and we can compare ourselves to the green ones, the replacement really early in the show. I don't remember which episode, but the replacement, or Jones in this one. Webster even to a certain point, because even though he knew these guys, he's been with them in the beginning. The beginning and the end can't compare, and they have changed so much. It's like he got into this group, they were completely different men. He didn't fit in anymore, and he had not proved his worth to these guys. So, like he said himself, he was no better than a replacement himself. So we can compare, and we feel the weight and the difference. The clothes, how like they looked like they had been through mud and rain and snow and hell itself, where while compared to Webster and Jones, they had pristine uniforms, no holes, no dirt, no nothing. The contrast was huge, so visually we can see it, visually in their expressions too. Webster coming in all smiles because he heard what basically the American people had heard from the war. We're almost done. These guys are heroes. They did us proud, but they haven't seen the dark side.
Not just with the smile, but just with the
attitude too.
The eyes, with like Webster, you saw.
Oh yeah.
You're hearing stories about victories, and we're almost there. It's almost done. So you got that shine in your hand, that hope in your eyes that it's almost over, and then you got missions like these, and it is not over until it is over.
The change is like very noticeable. Acting wise, these guys are doing a good job. Like just Malarkey, for example, last episode he lost 2 friends, and this episode he's like a completely different character. Visually it shows, and there's a big weight around these guys because they've seen terrible things, and we can't understand. These new guys can't understand, and they're trying to fit in. But all they've heard, like, are tales of victory, how we're almost done, right? It's the finish line. Yeah, they have this boost of energy where they're like, yeah, let's, like, show them one last time, but they don't truly understand what it means to be there and do the job. And that's why I was thinking, like, they were very eager to join the patrol and go over the river and stuff, because they needed to prove themselves. Webster, like, he felt like these guys were supposed to be his friends, and he no longer recognized them, and they were talking behind his back, but not... they were talking loud enough that he could hear them, so it probably felt really awkward, and he'd want, like, it's almost peer pressure at this point, like, he would want to show them, I'm just as good,
that he's one of them.
Yeah, I can be one of you again, I can, I'll help you out because I haven't done my job yet, I haven't paid my dues, so let me do it. So he's kind of eager to show them and do the job, and Jones is kind of the same. He's fresh out of school almost. He's a kid. He's got a high grade. He's a lieutenant, and we kind of talked about this, how sometimes people are undeserving, but they end up with the title. And if you've been through shit for months, and then you see this newbie who's still a kid, hasn't proved anything, and he's giving you orders and
giving
stuff,
the ranks.
You'd be feeling like,
Where's your
experience?
shitting me?
Yeah, like, why should I listen to you? So he also probably felt he needed to prove himself, and he needed to be deserving of his title. So they were eager to join, and not just that. Like, if you've been hearing, we're almost done, right? Like, if you could go over, you could finish this war. Like, it gives you motivation.
What stood out to me is one of them said, after everything, I did not do as much as my comrades. Like, I just shoot a little bit or not enough, so I want to do something more for the war effort, basically.
Yeah. So in that scene I said that's the difference.
Is it sad that people want to do more?
Yes and no. And that I didn't talk about this during the scene, but I said the difference is right there between him and Jones, because the guy who had been there, he was taking care of the mail and stuff, he's been there. He's seen the consequences. He's spent time with these guys. He does feel like he's part of the team, but he hasn't pulled his weight. Kind of like you've been friends with these guys. You care for them. You're family at this point, and they've been carrying this huge log behind them, and they've been sweating and they've been hurting.
And you're on the side, you're just pulling mails.
And you're just walking beside them, and you feel like you connect with them, and you want to help them, and you want to do your part, right? So I understand why he's saying it. He understands what he's getting into. He's eager as well. So he's similar to Jones in that way. He wants to prove himself, but he's been in the shit, and to me it felt more like he wanted to do it because he's seen his friends do it, and he feels it's unjust of him to not join them.
I understand that aspect. Wanting to just pull your weight, just like your friends, your brother at arms, basically.
Like relieve them, if
but
only
what
a little.
I do not like sometimes people who just, you could have people who just like, oh, since the beginning I didn't have a huge part in the on the battlefield. Like, I mean, I've been carrying mails and letters, and I want to be out there and like use my gun and do something.
I don't see it that way.
I'm pretty sure some people who are too eager to be out there will think like that. But I understand completely those who just want to pull their weight and just be with the guys and do the same effort.
Some people, but not those that we saw. Like, I don't think this guy wanted to go out there because he just wanted to kill some Germans. I don't think it's about that necessarily. But to be fair, like, there's also a part of them that's like, the world needs us right now. Our country needs us right now. That is a part of the war propaganda, you could say, that, you know, is still true, even though those speeches and those, you know, reasons that you give people back home when they haven't seen all the shit. Like, the reason why guys like Webster come in with all smiles because they're happy. They're like, yeah, it tells of heroes, tells of glory, tells of respect. You tell me that, I want to be out there. I want to do my part for my country. But the reason, when you don't understand what you're getting into, is misguided. That's why I'm saying it's different. Someone like Jones or Webster, who have not seen what they've seen, what these guys have seen, they want to join in because they want to prove themselves, but they don't know what they're getting into. That's why, as Winters, I would have been like, yeah, okay, you might be reckless. You might fuck it up because you're too eager, because you don't really know, you don't really understand.
Yeah.
But then again, it is like, it's 50-50 because it is also true.
If you don't go out there, you won't have the experience. That's why I like the fact that he permitted Jones to go out there, but just as an observer. So he won't be in charge yet.
Especially since, like, last episode, we had a guy who was in charge and couldn't do his job, and we lost people because of that.
I mean, it all depends on the character, you know? I mean, if you have it in yourself to be a leader and just do your job correctly,
yeah, for sure.
Fine, but if you don't really know how it is out there to begin with, I mean, you just go there and you say, oh, okay, it is hell on earth.
It has nothing.
What do I do?
It's nothing against Jones' character. They just didn't know how he was going to react in this situation. If he had freaked out and he had been in charge, other people could have died.
Yeah.
It's not just about him. Or like a bit like, you know, Webster was trying to prove himself, but at least he was, the way I saw it, Jones tried to deserve his title. Like, he tried to do his job, follow the rules, because he had learned it perfectly, and he thought he knew what to do, and he did quite well. Like, when people were starting to freak out in the end, people were screaming, Jackson
died.
Yeah, when Jackson was dying and he was screaming. I know, I meant Jackson for real. When he was screaming and dying, and his friend was losing it, and others were, you know, threatening the prisoners, he took charge, and he did well in this situation. Webster, I feel like, he knew these guys. It was about him getting to know them again and getting them to accept him once more. So what he did over the river was mostly like give him a break, right? Like, he knew Jones wanted to prove himself and he wanted to be a part of this, so he gave a break to Malarkey. He knew, like, these guys had already done their job. They had already pulled that log, so he told them, you know, get back to the boats, I'll stay behind, I'll cover you. He covered them. He took charge, and I liked it. Or when they said, like, we have 2 translators, we don't need you, and they were saying, like, he always, like, gets out of the job. He stayed. He had a perfect way out.
But I mean, he did not decide to stay.
No, for sure.
Spears has the other one to have a break.
But he still went and said something about it.
Yeah.
So I mean, and he kind of gave a smile. Like, the other guy was, like, smiling kind of sarcastically. Maybe he thought, like, you are going to get out. He was like, maybe, okay, you thought you were going to get out of the job, but instead it's me. But I saw it more as, like, that's an opportunity for you to take a break, and I get to prove something. I get to do my part. So I respect that. And maybe I would have thought differently if he had not done what he did on the other side, which was to cover for the guys. And there's that too, like, like I said, you come in with this, the speeches are fresh in your mind, the motivation is there, you have this wave of energy, you know it's close to the end. These guys have not had a break in so long. If I was Webster in there with my energy, I'd be like, you've done enough, right? If you have a chance to step out, I'll step in, right? You did your part.
Speaking about knowing when to have a break, Winters, sorry. He really is one for his men. He's a true leader through and through. I just freaking love him. Seriously, you did well.
They said it, like, right, for them at this point, everyone thought the war was, like, as good as done, as good as over, right? What would be the point? If the war is going to be won anyway, if we're done, what's the point of sending your men to die if it's for nothing? They got 2 prisoners. They did the patrol. They got 2 prisoners and they got information. That's as good. For Winters, he was probably thinking that's as good as we're going to get. The only other thing we could get from another patrol is dead men on our side. They feel like we could maybe get out of this war. Like, we're this close. The finish line is in sight. We're still alive. There is a chance. And then you lose a guy. You're thinking the war is not over until the last day. So if I send them on another mission and we already lost a guy, I'm sending them to potential death when we're this close.
But it's the fact that
he's just as tired as they are.
We lost a man for 2 prisoners and we did not really get information that are necessary for the success for
but is it necessary
to winning this war?
Is it truly necessary?
Do you need Hitler's favorite color to win the war?
They got information, but like I'm saying, I thought from according to the situation that was as good as they were gonna get, because the war is as good as won at this point. We know, and they felt it, that it was almost over. I completely understand, and I have a lot of respect for Winters because he's getting medals, he's getting new ranks, he's getting like praise. But he's also going against his job, against the army itself. This is really bad. He didn't follow a direct command by his superior.
Yeah.
The consequences could be huge, and he chose his men over the war effort. And at this point, I can't blame him because he spent so long with these guys. They have a connection. They've been through hell together. They feel for one another. You don't want to send them to death when the finish line is right there, and they are starting to feel that hope. Like I said, when hope is getting, up, it's the best time to crush it. I don't think Winters wants to be the one that crushes it. And like the big difference between him and Sink, the captain, the guy who gave him the mission. I'm really bad with names. Anyway, the big difference is that Winters is here with them.
Yeah.
He sees what's going on. He connected with these guys. He was friends with them. He went on missions with them. He knows what they've been through, and he sees the men. He saw the mission, and he was like, the information we got was shit. We lost the men. That is not a success to me. But everyone else, the higher-ups, they're seeing this as, oh, well, 1 dead, but we got 2 prisoners.
The mission was a success. We can get another one.
But they got 2 prisoners. For them, that's enough. And granted, the war needs that. Like, war needs people to go out there and get the shit.
You know what it gave me off as vibe? It looks good on paper. Mission success, 2 prisoners, information. We're gonna have another one. Mission success,
no, but think about
prisoners. Just 1 death.
Statistically, it is a success. They lost 1 guy, but they got 2 prisoners. And those prisoners talked. It doesn't matter. And yes, they're spreading the tales of, we're this close to winning the war. They want to keep people happy. They want to, keep them, keep their hope up. So they're going to tell those tales. They're going to say, yes, our mission was a success. It's great. It does look good on paper.
It does look good on paper, but what it is, and with the guys, they are tired. They are almost this close to a breakdown. They're losing friends, and they're just done with everything. So if you could give them a break, give them.
But it won't look good to the higher ups. So it's a good thing that they won't find out about this. But that's kind of what I meant in the beginning when Webster was joining, and he was like, he seemed really happy to join, and he was finding out all the horrible shit that happened, and like, who's gone, who's not gone, and what happened to those guys who are still here. I was feeling like, you know, to him joining them, it's kind of like it's a great thing, right? I mean, it's cool because these guys were heroes, and they are heroes. But the tales surrounding these guys, like you don't know the details. You don't know what it means to be a part of Easy Company and having gone through that. So him joining them again, he's happy. He's like, he gets to be a part of this. He gets to be one of the heroes. But then when you realize the reality of it is you're going to suffer, you're going to be broken, you're going to lose friends. It's not tales of heroism. It's not like this great adventure, and you're not you're not this great hero. You're human. You're a man. You're going through shit, and you're doing this because you have to. But it hurts, man. It's not easy, and it leaves scars. We're basically desensitizing. Like we're basically like desensitizing the reality of war by telling tales of you know, heroics and basically like courage and stuff, like all those tales, because we need people to go out there. But when you get there, you realize it's not what the tales that have made it to be.
I wouldn't say desensitized when you hear those tales. I mean, you get the wrong perception of what it is outside. It's not the same thing.
You are desensitized to the reality of war. Back in those days, the speeches that were given to convince people to go out to war, it was about like, you need to defend your country, you need to save your family. Like, it was great speeches that made you feel like you had to go out there because it was your job, and it was going to be like a great deed to your country, and it was going to be like you get to be a hero. It's to convince people to go. But when you are out there, the reality of it hits you in the face, and it is not heroic. It's gruesome, it's painful, and it leaves scars. That's what I mean. It is like truly, even after finding out the reality of it and just seeing that glimpse of what it's like to be there, I cannot say these guys are not heroes, because they pushed through, because they saw the reality of it and they still went through. But that to me is the heroics. That to me is the tale. In any case, I hope that made sense. Do you have anything else to say?
You did say that people get desensitized about it. One thing that I saw that gave me that impression is when they got attacked by those bombs and they had to fled on the lower floor. Those were used to it, were just loving. Oh my god, we survived another bomb attack. But Webster was in shock. How the fuck are you laughing at that?
Because for them it's just another Wednesday.
Yeah, I mean,
they've been through shit. They are still going through it. That's why like every little thing they get, whether it's a small bar of chocolate, a roof over your head, a shower, that is huge. They've been deprived for so long. A break means the world to them. That's also why they were saying, like, why haven't the Germans moved? Because they are also...
They got the same. They had a roof too.
They have been through this too, and they are just happy to settle down for a minute. Especially since I know they had breaks, but in this show, every time they talk about a break, they never get it. Easy Company, second patrol, second platoon or something. Yeah. Always you. It is always them. It feels like it's always them.
I mean, to me, it looks like them are some of the best that they got out there. So
well, we follow them.
Yeah, we do follow them.
They all went through shit, but when you're spending all your time with them, yes, it feels like it's always them. Yes, it feels like the weight of the war is on them, and they did great. It's not just them, but we follow them.
And I mean, it is like a double-edged sword when you're good at your job, you're good at what you're doing up there, so people are going to be expecting you to do more because of that, right?
It's almost over. 2 episodes, few weeks. We can do this, they can do this.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
So that's going to be it for this episode. Thank you guys so much for watching it with us. If you want to see the next episode and the full-length reaction to this one,
they are already on our Patreon, guys.
They are on our Patreon. For sure, I promise. They are on Patreon. The link is in the description below.
Alright, so thank you guys for watching this episode with us, and see you for the next one.
Very soon.
Yep.
Yes, couple days.
Good.
Bye.